I know some of you think the military is going to be the problem. These guys that are our neighbors, basically. They're going to flamethrow the streets if the SHTF hits the fan. There's going to be martial law, and they're going to be crushing people and putting them in black polyethylene boxes and sending them off to the mass graves. But I really believe that if this ever goes down, if the monetary system does collapse, if there's a giant terror attack, if there's an EMP, you got so much going on in the world right now. All of us are going to hope to see a police officer or a soldier during these times. And I got to tell you, I believe that military personnel really have an advantage. Because if you stick a bunch of military personnel into a room and put them under stress or give them a common enemy, I don't care how old they are or what branch in the military they're from or how they've served combat or non-combat roles, they will quickly come together as a group and break down into their rank structure and their experiences and help each other and serve each other. That's how very quickly that'll happen. And that is one thing that I've been trying to pound home with this channel. That's what you need to do as part of your prepping, is to find out who you can bring around you and what their skills are to meet other people, because you're not going to go up against this alone. You're not going to hide in your house successfully and hope that this thing goes by you. If you don't come together to defend your area against this threat, you're just going to burn your home. It's going to be fun for them. Everything that I do here, all of my skills, I believe, come from the Lord. In fact, I've told you before that I feel like the best SHTF preparation book in the world is the Bible. Everything from shipwrecks to major catastrophes to cities being wiped off the map. It's all in there. It's been said that there's no atheists in foxholes. And I've dug my fair share of foxholes. There's a lot of verses in that book, the Bible, that have been jumping out to me lately. And I'm no prophet. I want to say that I am no prophet. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just watching the signs and what is happening, and it's mind-boggling. I started this not even a year ago, and I look back 9-10 months ago, and I can't believe where we are now. It's worse than when I started. And there's a few verses that are really jumping out at me, but one of them describes a place right before basically all hell breaks loose. This is out of the Bible. It describes a place that will become an inhabitation. This is the quote in the scripture. Will become an inhabitation of all kinds of foul birds and spirits, demons. All love will grow cold. Men will turn away from God and pursue evil lusts and evil wants. And so I can't help but just to see reality. All I have to do is turn on the news, pick up a paper. It's all around me. And there are millions of these people. And it's a silent war that goes on every day, and it's a war of containment. There are millions incarcerated, millions on the outside, and they are well organized. I have lived a pretty sordid life, and I used to go out to Sturgis every year, the motorcycle meet. And this actually is fairly recently in my life, and I remember standing there because, so many things have changed for me. And I remember when the Hells Angels, every year these gangs come from all over to Sturgis, and they rode into town in this big procession. And what really struck me about it watching them is that they're not what you've been fed on TV. There's a precision to them, a military precision. That's why I'm telling you there's a rank structure, there's hierarchy to it. And it really hit me that way, how organized these guys are. And how they would, take commands without thinking, and there's structure to the whole thing. You read about their reaches even into our economy. You know, it's like an underworld that exists, but it's there and it's growing, bubbling, just waiting, because they would rather rule in hell than serve in heaven. That's what I'm trying to pound home when I'm telling you that shotgun, that pistol, that's not going to work. I'm going to leave some video of some shots that I did this winter. So, you know, it's not that cold here right now, but I did this a while back because I've been trying to find a way to fit this video in. I don't really like doing videos like this, but this is reality. It's no different than anything else I'm doing, and I feel like some of you just aren't getting it. The kind of danger that's simmering just under the surface, and the thin line that holds that back and allows civilization to flourish every day. I'm going to show you some video shots of why you need, in fact, I think it's your only chance, is to get some real reach with your weaponry, and how you can create your own green zone if you come together and fight and work together. I'll talk to you later. I'll leave you with the videos. All right, this is a typical suburban environment where I live. And let's try to imagine this in a breakdown of the rule of law. Let's try to imagine this in an SHTF situation. What's going to be more handy here? An assault type of weapon? Am I going to do a lot of close quarter combat? Of course not. I'm not going to be jumping around from house to house or trying to get in people's faces. Here's another typical suburban environment where I live. And again, what are you going to wait for here? Are you going to wait to a bunch of looters or thugs or punks with their pistols and small weapons, or AKs or ARs to get in your face? Or are you going to want to take advantage of the space that you have in between them and you before they get to you? I mean, this seems obvious to me, but I don't know. I just feel like I'll put this out on video for you to decide. But this is how we're kind of planning, using our topography, the advantages, and knowing ahead of time of what we're going to do to try to protect our areas or shut certain routes off. Because when the rule of law collapses, you are the law, and you're going to have to take it into your own hands. And believe me, you'll be able to easily, positively ID who the bad guys are. I mean, look at this. I don't need a high-speed soldier to sit up here to provide good cover. I just need a good shot. I could stick a 400-pound overweight guy with a box of donuts and 1,000 rounds up here, and he could hold this indefinitely. Okay, here's a rural environment. Typical. This is actually a main artery coming into the town that I live in. Check this out. What are you going to want out here? I don't know about you, but I'm going to take advantage of the topography. I'm going to want long-range shooting. Nobody's going to get up close. I mean, these, in my opinion, if you're looking at even around the world, streets just turn in, especially long streets like this, and that's the way cities are dissected up, they just turn into killing lanes, especially if you're a good and long shooter. Or would you rather get up close? Here I got out of the main part, of the big buildings, and I'll let you decide. See any opportunities where there might be some advantages to being able to shoot long, or if you're cordoning off sections of the city, trying to stop mobs from coming through? If you hear ones coming from a certain part of the city, are you going to get together and try to do that, or are you just going to wait till they come to your door?